Hey friends! I just wanted to bring you a new vlog today, and yesterday I wrote it all out and then I hit the wrong button and I lost it all, so I decided to do it by video instead, and it was titled Without Excuse. And so what it means and what it is that have you ever had those moments in your life where everything is and all the circumstances are pressuring you and you're just feeling it from one side and the other and from this person and that person, and you're just being stretched and pushed to like beyond your ability maybe, and you feel like I don't have any more to give, or I don't want to be the biggest person anymore, or I'm really tired, I'm just really tired. And that's the battle and the war that happens. And to me it's like, we don't think of it like a war. We just think of it, oh, this naturally happens and we have these pressures and stresses, but it says in the word that we're in a constant battle and it's a war. And when I was writing it down, I put like bloody and face pounding and sweaty and an intense war that happens inside of you. It's against your flesh and against your spirit, man. And they go at it and they go after it, and I was sitting there on the floor working on something, and this all of a sudden happened. Like it almost took me by surprise. Like I was just listening to a podcast and then bing bing bing, and then I was like, oh, I have an opportunity to make a decision, a good choice or a bad choice, whichever it looks like, and choose either to let my flesh win or to let my spirit win. And so I was sitting there contemplating it all, and all the thoughts like, this is not fair, I don't want to have to deal with this, I'm annoyed right now, I just would rather just put it away. And the word of the Lord just kept coming to me, and he kept stirring in me, and he kept wanting to say something, and I was just like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want. How many times do you feel like that? Like you just don't want to hear it, you don't want to deal with it. And we're confronted to make a choice. So you have a choice, and so do I. We all have a choice, and yet we don't have an excuse. See, I could say, well, my circumstances, or I could say this or that, but the Word of God says to love at all times. The Word of God says to give big. It says to praise continually, constantly be thankful. It says to let everything that comes out of your mouth be seasoned with grace. See, when you're in this war, your flesh wants to win. It wants to win really bad. But when you talk to people that are of the word, and those friends, they encourage you and they sharpen you and they tell you, you know what, you don't have an excuse. You don't get to choose. It's God's way. It's what he wants. And he actually puts us in a place that we have to make the right choice, that we have to love, that we have to always love. And it's like crazy because it's like sometimes we don't want to, but I keep being reminded that you're without an excuse, that you need to choose love today, that in the battles and in the hardest places that we're part of a team, and that we need to encourage one another, not join in one another and say, go ahead, you don't have to, you can be whatever, they are at fault. No, we need to stand on the word of God and live without excuse, to live and to honor him, to live as we take up our cross and that we follow him daily. That means every day. And sometimes I feel like in my life it's moment by moment or hour by hour that I have to make those kinds of choices. But you have a choice to dig into your word, to find things that encourage you, that you can give to another person, to love, even in the face of adversity, even when people are not nice, even when people are mean, just plain out mean, that you have an opportunity to give the grace of the Lord to them, the love of God to them, and to go bigger. In my family and in our family, the Gores, I always say the Gores give big, and that means in every area. Not just in our toys or in our candies or in our snacks that we give big, but we give big because that's what God asks us to do. And my kids will be like, but Mom, and I'm like, a butt is what you sit on. And we don't have an excuse. The Word of God says to love and to give big. And so I just challenge you today. I challenge you that you would go and give big, that your family would be the people that give the biggest, that in your life, people would be like, man, she loved me, like beyond what I was deserving. I wasn't even deserving love today. I wasn't deserving anybody to be kind and gracious to me today. Yet they showed me the love of God like never before. So go out and take every step you take, and don't live with an excuse. Sit on your butt and live out what God is asking us to do. And have an awesome day. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we get to be friends. And if you want to post anything, or a comment, or just even like a question to get to know me better, hey, it's right there. Just click on it. Have a great day. Bye.